So earlier today, I went in for a mammogram, right? So when I got there, I had to valet park my car. There was no self parking. So I go up there, I go to valet, let them park my car, walk into the doctor's office. I got there like maybe an hour earlier than I was supposed to. And I'm sitting there waiting for my appointment, right? And I want to say like maybe 30 to 35 minutes as I'm sitting in the waiting room, these police officers walk in. They walk in and they come right to me and they're like, "Excuse me, ma'am, can you step outside, please?" So I'm like, getting scared, like, oh shit, what the fuck I did? And my heart started to flutter. Like, ever since my heart attack, every time I get scared, anxious, or whatever, it's like I feel like a flutter in my chest now. That never used to happen before, but I feel it now. They tell me, "We received a report of a loaded firearm in your vehicle. Can we see the firearm?" And I'm like, wait, what? Now, I started to feel like when I got stressed out by this situation, and I started to feel a little lightheaded as I was talking to these officers. I did not want to pass out in front of them. I didn't know what was going to happen because, like, I was highly stressed during this situation. So I let them go to my car or whatever, and my gun was already out in the open. I did not leave it like that. So I'm like, hold up. I didn't leave my gun like that. I left my gun in my center console. I left my gun in my center console, and the only reason it wasn't on me is because I was going in the doctor's office for a mammogram. So I didn't want to take my gun in there, and I didn't leave it out in the open. I put it in my center console, and I had moved like some stuff around to make sure the gun was covered up, so just in case nobody would see it. And so I'm like, why the fuck was you going through my shit? So the officers, they kind of just looked at each other and they were like, you know what? You right. So I asked, I remembered who valet parked my car, and I'm like, why was you going through my shit? What were you looking for? "Oh, it's protocol, ma'am. It's protocol." What fucking protocol is it for you to go through my shit? You went through my shit. My gun wasn't just sitting out. It wasn't just laid out in the seat. So what were you looking for? So after the police checked my gun or whatever, made sure it was properly registered, and they checked my license and everything, and they checked me, they asked the guy for his manager because they want to know about the protocol. Like, what protocol is it for you to have found the gun? Because I'm pretty sure she didn't leave it out. And I'm so glad that I had officers with discernment to be like, you know what, she's right. I'm pretty sure she didn't leave it out. Why were you, going through her stuff? So the management for the valet company came out and they were like, "Oh, there is no protocol about going through a patient's items when we park the car. We're sorry," and all this other stuff. "He's going to be reprimanded," and all this other shit they was telling me. And so I'm just like, that could have turned out real bad for me, seeing as I am a black woman with a firearm that's loaded. Okay, that could have turned out all types of bad for me. And what if I was a black man? Like, if I was a man, that could have turned out all types of fucking bad because your ass wanted to go through my shit. And then you find something and you call the fucking police. Like, how fucking dare you? Like, the amount of pissed off that fucking made me today, I can't even describe to y'all. Like, you went through my shit. You found my gun, okay? Then you call the police and tell them it's loaded. Now, I don't even know if he checked my gun. I don't know if he unholstered my gun to see if it was actually loaded. I don't know if he did that. But when I got back to my car, my gun was not in the center console where I left it at. It was out. So, like, that whole event really fucked me up. Like, it put me off the whole day. Like, when I got home, I was so tired. Like, I had a headache. I kept feeling like I was about to pass out. I had a little bit of numbness on my left side, but it wasn't like major, like a big numbness issue. Um, like I was fucked up after that. Like it really like threw me off. Like I was thrown off the rest of the day, and I was in bed. Like I was in so much pain. I don't know what, I think it was the stress. I'm pretty sure it was because of all the stress, you know, dealing with the police and somebody going through my stuff. I'm like, well, shit, how many other fucking patients you've done this to? And I'm sure, you know, he ain't found no loaded gun before and called the damn police. Like, I'm sure, you know, like, the only reason my gun was not on me, again, like I said, is because I was going in for a fucking mammogram. I didn't want to bring my gun in there. So I didn't expect this motherfucker to go through my stuff. Like, why was he looking in my center console? Why was he going through my shit? Like, I don't get it. And I'm gonna call and I'm gonna check and make sure he gets in fucking trouble, because who knows how many other patients shit he done went through. Like, who knows how many complaints he done had or whatever the fucking case. I don't know.